What's up guys, and today it's going to be a different video. No gameplay, it's actually going to be a video about how to become a pro, as you can see from the title. It's a very glorious term, but obviously it's not easy. It takes a little bit of luck and a lot of skill. I'd say the path is from like a good player to a competitive player. And then the top competitive players are what I would consider pros. Pros being players that are contracted, that get paid a salary to compete for a team, and that team usually pays for them to go for live events and among other perks. It's not easy, once again, so I would like to be real with you guys. Going into it, I never expected to become a pro player. I would say whether you can or can't become a pro player shouldn't be your goal. Your goal should be competing and having fun with it. So when I got into competitive leagues at first, and I'll explain what the background is in a little bit, but I got into competitive leagues because I like competing. I've always been a competitor, video games and in sports, and I don't like playing games just for fun, as odd as that sounds. While I do have fun doing what I do, and I love Clash Royale, obviously you have to have a passion for this game to want to become a competitive player at the very minimum. I would suggest not doing this because you have some end goal of becoming a pro player. Do this because you enjoy and love doing it. I'll talk about my path. So when I started, there was a Clash of Clans YouTuber called The Green Man who no longer does Clash content really, but he was really good at Clash of Clans, and I watched him every now and then because I wanted to be better than like my little like friendly clan, which is maybe why you watch me in Clash Royale, which is perfectly fine. But what happened was my high school friends, about a month into Clash Royale being released, got me into Clash Royale. I quickly started beating all of them despite having a massive level disadvantage. I was just a lot better at building deck synergy, and I was good at the mechanics in the game, and that YouTuber had started a Clash Royale clan, so I decided to join it after a while because my friends weren't good competition. I mean, as bad as that sounds. Anyway, and I also wanted to get better, and he got me started. This wasn't entirely my own doing. He got me started in a league called RPL, as you can see in the background. And we actually ended up winning the first official season of RPL, and I was either the best player or the second best player on the team. And that kind of progressed me into like really loving competitions, because at the time a streamer was streaming RPL and there were like 50 viewers, and I had like such an adrenaline rush from 50 viewers. It was insane. And yeah, so that got me really started on the competitive scene, and I stayed with them for a while, and I eventually moved on to Mortal Kombat, who was also in RPL. I think they got second or third that season. I think third. And I played for them for a while. But anyway, while I was in Mortal Kombat, I heard about King's Cup. I was in San Diego for college. I found a rideshare Facebook page. I gave someone $10 because I can't have my truck as a freshman at UCSD, my college, and I paid someone $10 to take me to LA, and they dropped me off the night before of King's Cup, and I had already signed up online for $10. And I got a kind of shady hotel in the LA area, and I walked like 2 miles that morning at like 6 a.m. I got to King's Cup. And my goal was really just because I wanted to see all these players that I had played in online competitions, because CRL had also started by this time, so I was playing a little bit of that. So I had played online competitions quite a bit, and I had won bracket tourneys, and I had won gift cards, maybe like $200 in gift cards. So I knew I was pretty good, and I was doing it because I love the game, and I wanted to meet YouTubers, and I wanted to meet other competitive players. So that's why I went to King's Cup. I knew I would make the like first cut pretty easily because there were like 350 people there, 300 people, and a lot of good players actually. Pong, Rocket Pong, or Pong anyway, flew in from Korea. He was there. Yao Yao obviously flew in from Taiwan. There were a bunch of good players that came across from the US as well, so lots of good players there. And really I just played, and I played to win, because like I said, I'm a competitor. I don't enjoy games because they're fun and I goof around. I enjoy games because I like playing against the best players in the world, and I like winning. That's how I get enjoyment. So I think that's the mentality you should have if you want to be a really good player. So yeah, so I just went through that day and I just kept on winning, and I eventually got to the finals, and that's where it really kicked off for me because I got a lot of popularity. King's Cup had 40,000 live viewers, so a step up from the 50 from the first competition I competed in. And I just remember that the thing that helped me the most was I really didn't care about any of the crowd, any of the viewers. I was just completely focused on my gameplay, and that's why I was like stone-faced. I was also nervous, but I was completely stone-faced because nothing mattered other than me using my troops better than my opponent. And that helped me, and that got me started, and that's where all this came from. So that was my journey, and I think if you're really intrigued, definitely keep on watching, and I'll kind of show you the path that I and other good players took to becoming a pro. So the first resource is the league that I got me started is definitely Royale Premier League. As you can see on the screen right here, they are a really well-run league, and I don't know if you can necessarily, and I'll include the links for everything I show you in the description below, so check that out. Oh, and Chizen, the founder of the league, told you guys if you want to, you can say like Colton Sit Me or something when you join. You have to join a Discord server. Most of these leagues have a Discord server. And the second big thing will be Plexchat. You'll download that on the App Store. These are just the leagues and stuff. So this is if you're really interested in becoming a good player or a competitive player. And I will say that you generally need to join a competitive clan. You can't stay with your friends. So if that doesn't appeal to you, I apologize. But that's just kind of the path you have to take. So this is their Twitter. Also, follow all these Twitter leagues because they tweet stuff out. A good way is here. I'll show you this. Look up any of these teams once you're in the Discord server that has a lower record, and that's a really good way to try to get into their system and become, show them your skill, and then apply to join their pro team. So some people have different processes. Some have websites. Some you just join the clan. I'm not absolutely sure, but if you do enough research, you should be able to figure it out. So these are the teams. In RPL, they have like Americas, they have EU, and they have Asia. So you should be able to do it regardless of where you're from. And that's a really good way to get into a competitive team. And once you're in a competitive team, a lot of the time they'll help you out and tell you about all the leagues. So because there's a ton of leagues going on. So this is RPL. Follow them on Twitter and Discord. Definitely join Discord, and you can tell them you joined because of me if you want to. This is their website. If you want to search that up, this is their Discord. I will also put a link for the Discord. This is the Clan Royale League. This is the second biggest league in Clash Royale. They recently took a break because the guy who runs it is a Vainglory coach for Immortals, so he's pretty busy. But this is also a really good league. Join their Discord. I believe. I don't know if the Discord is available, but if you join one of the teams that's in the league, you could obviously participate. But join their, follow them on Twitter. That's a good way. And then CR Worlds is currently the US team. I'm the captain of the US team, and our tryouts are almost over. And to be honest, it's really hard to make the USA Worlds team. There's 15 slots, but the USA has like 30 or 40 pros that are really good and in contention for those spots. So it's going to be hard to make that, and our tryouts are about over, so you can't apply now anyway. But if you're from a different country, that's a really good opportunity. You could try applying for that. Some of them are still going on if you want to check that out. Also follow them on Twitter. And then next up, this is really important. So Plexchat is giving so many opportunities right now. So I actually have an event as well. M0KLX. Once you download Plexchat, you can enter codes to join rooms. And these events, I think for Clash Royale, there's like 6 or 7 of them held by different streamers that stream the event as it goes on. And if you are selected, you have a chance to win money and also just to win popularity in a way. Because if you can do really well in these events, people will recognize your name. And that gives you an opportunity to join good teams. And just an opportunity to compete. So this is my code. I'm not sure about the other ones, but I'm pretty sure there's a hub once you get inside Plexchat and you download it that allows you to join Clash Royale lobbies. And Clash with Ash has one, and Chadden has one, Tag has one, I think, Full Frontage has one. So a bunch of different Twitch streamers. And then finally, I think just going on to Twitch and finding really good top players and spectating them and watching their tendencies and watching how they play. If you can add, I don't personally give out my friend link, but if you can add people on the friend list and watch them play, that helps as well. And just getting as much competition as you can. Also, CCGS, the Clash Royale Championship for any region has really high level gameplay. So if you're able to watch that on stream, because really one of the things that helped me become good was watching 15Ks when they existed, and it doesn't really matter what the medium is. It's just watching as many competitive slash pro matches as you possibly can and absorbing all the information you can get. Because if you watch and take away from what the best players in the world do, you can mimic their playstyle and even improve it if you see any deficiencies over time. As you become better, you recognize what the proper play is, what you could have done better. And watching YouTubers as well helps a lot with that. So I think that's really the things that you can do to improve your gameplay and to give your chance to become like a great player. So once again, like going over it in summary, joining a really good team as a result of like RPL or something is really helpful. Joining these leagues if possible. Oh, and I was gonna say, so for RPL website, you can sign up as a team if you have like a really good competitive team, but that's kind of hard because there's really good teams in RPL. Even the lower tier teams are pretty good. So I'd say it's easier to make your way as an individual onto a team and then go from there. I didn't ever make my own team. I always hopped around, and people accepted me because they knew who I was. And eventually it led to other opportunities. So I think really showcasing yourself as an individual and then maybe bonding with your team over time is the way to go. I don't think starting out with the team, unless you're already on this path, is a good idea. So definitely join a good team, join these leagues if possible. There's a ton of Plexchat events. And I think that's really the pathway you can get. And once you get into a team, there's a lot of other events going on that I don't know as well, so I don't want to like advertise them. But yeah, those are the ways that I became a competitive player. That's how most people became a competitive player. And if you have a passion for this game and you really love competition, then this is absolutely the way to go. I hope I have helped you guys. And if you have any questions in the comments below, please leave them. This is a really interesting topic for me, so I'll try to respond to as many people as possible. And I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you next time.